When I was born, the world was a far simpler place. It was all just cops and robbers. But that wasn't for me. So I became a cub, and then a scout. It gave me a taste for the outdoors, for sleeping under canvas, for seeing the stars, for climbing up mountains, and for having a laugh. Now that I'm older, I still feel the same. Being on YouTube is only a game. I want to make great content that you'll watch again and again, make people feel happy, and make travelling my aim. I am Tito, I am Troddle-tastic, and I want you to be Troddle-tastic too.
Right, good afternoon and welcome to Tito the Troddler. Rather predictably, we're setting off from Pond and Res again because we're off up onto Crow Hill, so got a bit of company with me, look.
Well then, alright.
Oh. Young Thomas, he's all buoyed up after getting his new car today. He's got himself a little Vauxhall Corsa in Polar Bear White. He loves it to bits, he does. So we're on his way up, and obviously we'll have a nice wander up, and we'll keep in touch. Up past Pond and All, owned for years by the Heaton family, famous as the inspiration for Thrushcross Grange, which I mentioned in another video. But yeah, quite an historic building, and for you to get on your horse. But yeah, and I think the date stone might be the same as what's on the opening of the book Wuthering Heights, so there's a real good potential. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that Emily Bronte stayed there, and because I think she were friends with owners, and there also used to be a Emily room. But oh, van coming. So yeah, that's Pond and All. Right, so we're somewhere near halfway up. Other bit of good news I haven't told you is I've got a Sherpa. Thomas is carrying the tent. I think it's the first time I've ever been in a wild camp where I carry my own tent. So I feel like I'm a Victorian person now. I've got somebody working on my behalf, which is quite good. Although he's had a good deal out of me today, so I think he's still on the upside. But yeah, we're bumped into 1 or 2 on the way up. It's quite busy, it's Stanbury, and a few people walking about. So yeah, there's been just past about 8 or 10, a lot of kids, so having a grand day out. So it's a bit cooler than I thought it was going to be, and it's a little bit breezy, but I think it's going to fair up before we get camped up, or at least that's hopefully going to be the case. We're hoping to get the drone up, so we'll just have to see how we go, whether we've got enough daylight. If not, we might have to have a look tomorrow morning. But yeah, can't wait for it. Nice bit of supper for tonight as well. So just checked in with you. Right, just come up to Old Ladder Crow Hill. I've told you about this before, so I won't reiterate myself, but yeah, I wanted to show Thomas it. So we're not actually that far off getting up to Crow Hill now, so which is a good deal really, because it's been a good steady pull up there. But because it's cool, and yeah, it's supposed to feel warmer, but it don't feel warmer at all. But because of that, it's not been that arduous regarding that. It's not been so sweaty coming up, so in some ways it's been good. How are you feeling, Tom? All right?
Yeah, so wind's a bit strong.
Wind's a bit strong, but it's surviving. Here we go, look, relaxed camper. It's all warm now. Doing the drain, look at this. Look at that Bobby Dazzler. No messing about here. Steak au poivre coming up, my friend. Now a Bobby Dazzler is this. Can't wait. So having a great time already. I haven't had drone up yet because it's been a bit breezy, so it might have to be tomorrow morning that. But yeah, steak's looking good. So we're enjoying ourselves. Right, so there we go, folks. Steak au poivre. Look at that dab sandwich with dabs. Look at that. Look at his little face. Ready, Tom?
Yeah.
Good lad. Let's get stuck in. Troddle-tastic. Right, so let's give old crappy lamp a go again, because it was an absolute disaster last time, wasn't it? So let's see if it works this time. If it goes off this time, it's definitely going to get canned. I can't stand it if it goes off again. Right, well, we've had a steak and chips, and we're nice and cosy. We've had a little bit of play with drone, which has been fantastic, good bit of fun. Still a bit cold to be playing outside at this time of night, but we've enjoyed it. Had a good 10 minutes on it, and we're getting a growing in confidence. So really starting to get somewhere. Really fantastic bit of kit. So without any further ado, we're going to get onto the joke of the trip. So an husband and wife are at home, and bloke goes, "Oh God, I've run out of cigarettes, so I'm just going to nip out to local bar," he says, "and get a few fags." So off he trots, and then he goes down to the pub, and he goes inside. He says, "Oh, can I have 20 Regal, please?" And he says, "Well, I made it, I might as well have a pint." So he starts having a pint. He says, and then this really nice looking lady at end at bar sort of Nick gives him a bit of a wink, and anyhow comes sauntering over, and she goes, "Are you going to buy me a drink?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'll buy you a drink." So he buys her a drink, and they get chatting, having a good time, enjoying each other's company. And then after an hour or so, she goes, "Do you fancy coming back to mine?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'll come back to yours if you want." Yeah, she says, "Yeah, we can get to know each other a bit better." So they go back to his, and they get a bit more amorous and have a bit of fun. And anyway, he ends up falling asleep, and he wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and his eyes are wide open, and he goes, "Oh God, what am I going to do?" He says, and this lady goes, "Are you all right?" He goes, "No, I'm not all right." He says, "My wife's going to go nuts when I get home." He says, "I've had an idea." He says, "Have you got any talcum powder?" And she goes, "Yeah. She goes, "If you go in the bathroom under the sink, there should be some there." So he goes in the bathroom, puts this talcum powder all over his hands, says goodbye to this lady, jumps in his car, goes home, and sure as eggs are eggs, his wife stood there on the doorstep, curlers in, and rolling pin in hand. And she goes, "Where on earth have you been till 4 o'clock in the morning?" He goes, "I'm really sorry." He says, "What happened is, I went to the bar to get cigs, as I told you." He said, "I just decided to have one pint." He says, "And while I was down there," he says, "this really nice looking lady come and started talking to me." So then I went back to her apartment. He said, "I've been there till 4 o'clock this morning." She goes, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, honestly." Yeah. She goes, "Let me have a look at your hands." He turns his hands over, and she goes, "I know what you've been doing. You've been bowling again with your mates, haven't you?" And he goes, "Yeah, I have. I'm really sorry. If that ever gets you out of trouble, I want some credit for it, all right?" Right, so we'll have a quick word with Thomas James, seeing he's come on a trip with his dad. So Thomas, I think it must have been about, I don't know, quite a while ago, 6, 7, maybe even 10 years ago, to 12, I don't know how old were you, about 9 or 10 or 11 when we first went to Alcombe Stones camping?
12 or something, I reckon.
12, yeah. And you bought Top Trump, so which I think is what we played on first night. So
somewhere in here.
We'll be having a dabble at that in a bit. Yeah. There you go, a bit of Top Trumps. So you've grown up, obviously, we've been my son. You've grown up a little bit with outdoors, haven't you? So we've been on and done a bit, haven't we? So I don't know how many Wainwrights you've done. You've done at least about 60, I think. So you used to being up a few fells and having tired legs, aren't you?
Yeah.
And rule would always worries that you had to get yourself to the top, otherwise you hadn't claimed it. And I never give you an hand, did I? But I don't think you ever failed to get to the top of anything, have you?
No, I don't think so, no.
So you've had a good day today because you've picked up your new car, and now you've come on a wild camp with your dad, when really what you want to do is be at home driving miles and miles in your new vehicle. But I'm sure that'll come tomorrow. So you've been camping a few times now with your mates as well, haven't you?
Just once, just the one.
Have you?
Oh no, well, it depends if you count Leeds Festival.
Oh right, well no, we won't count that because I didn't really camping, is it? That's a bit more of something else anyhow. But you quite like it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're having a good night tonight. We're going to play a few vibes and all the rest of it. But yeah, so a very nice jacket you've got there. I used to have one that looked a little bit like that.
Oh, did you?
I did, yeah. So yeah, you got some good taste, some good taste. So yeah, so that's Troddler Junior. So another thing, what is seeing as we're stopping at, we're staying at Crow Hill, I thought I'll see if there's some crow facts I can pick. So I picked up one for you now. Crow fact is, apparently when you get a load of crows together, they call it a murder of crows, and apparently a lot of crow lovers don't like it being called a murder because apparently it makes the bird sound sinister. I tell you what, I once got attacked by a crow when I was running, so as far as I'm concerned, they deserve every bit of bad press to get a blooming horrible bird try to dive bomb me. But yeah, apparently when they reckon it's almost a bit like a funeral, they all flock around, and nobody sort of none of the other birds actually touch the other bird or try and peck it or all like that. They just respectfully sort of acknowledge that it's died. If, you know, so if one dies near them, they all flock around to have a look like. So yeah, so that's it. And obviously I've told you all about Old Ladder Crow Hill, so there's no point in me going over that again. But it looks like a very peaceful spot, you know. I don't think we're going to get bothered at all, so that's the main idea behind coming up here, is that we have a bit of peace and quiet. So we're going to put a bit of Mickey Flanagan on, I think, tonight, play a few vibes, get the old top trumps out, and should be a good laugh. Right, good morning campers. We just had a bit of porridge and what have you, and it's been a very, very pleasant night's camp because no wind whatsoever. Just been so still. It's been brilliant, really. The only thing that's potentially kept us awake, it's blinking grouse. I mean, what's that all about? Grouse thinking they own moors, cawing and cawing and cawing and making a racket. So apart from that, though, it's been fantastic. So we've had a bit of porridge and a nice coffee. We're just going to relax for another half hour, and then we're going to get drawn out and give it one last outing, and then we'll probably start getting packed up and get ready to go back down and try and find a pub. I think that's the plan, isn't it? Mm. So see if there's something, a big pie with my name on it. So there we go. So yeah, it's been a great camp. We've had a right good time. So I lost at top trumps last night, which were a little bit upsetting. What's that card that does me?
I think it's giant squid, is that?
Giant squid. Never trust a giant squid, that's all I can say. So we go. Thomas in control of the drone. I don't know if you can see it, what I mean. Oh, there it is. But yeah, some lovely views up here, over towards Pendle Hill, and then that's down towards Walshaw Dean, and then obviously we'll come over here and we've got Alcomden Stones on hill over there. So lovely. Bit cool. I mean, funny thing is, I just looked at forecast and I think either Monday, Tuesday or Tuesday, Wednesday is really, really good, which is a shame. Just wish I was staying out there, but there you go. So, yeah, we're having a right good bit of fun with drone. We really got some confidence up now, and we're in sport mode and everything. And Thomas is flying about doing loop the loops. He thinks he's some sort of fighter pilot. So there we go. All good fun. So we're gonna get just have a bit more of a play, and then we're gonna get start packing up and then we'll get down. But yeah, it's been fantastic, loved it. Right, so we're all packed up, folks. As you can see, as always, absolutely leave no trace. As I've always said, that's not an option. It's very important, certainly for true wild campers. We want to leave it as we found it. So just an absolutely fabulous camp. This place, look up towards Ladlow, over to Pendle Hill. Like I said, great view over to Alcomden Stones. But yeah, this is just a lovely little camp. We're not seeing a single soul, and that's what I've come out for, is not to be disturbed and not to see folk really. The idea is to get away from it all. So we've definitely done that. We've had a fabulous time. It's been good to come with my son. I haven't been for a while, so that's been really, really good. But yeah, we'll try and get a bit of drone footage on way down. I'm going to try and do this thing called active track, which basically tracks you as you go. So we'll see if there ain't any footage at end of video, you know that it's been unsuccessful, but if it works, it'll be on. So yeah, so we'll catch up with you soon. So we're about halfway back down now, and I've got to say we're both appreciative that the packs had an awful lot lighter than they were yesterday. We were carrying quite a lot of water yesterday, and that's the only downside to going somewhere that don't have a water source. you've got to carry your water, so it's a bit hectic from that point of view. So we certainly feel the benefit now, and obviously I am, because as a Victorian type gentleman, obviously I've got my Sherpa carrying the tent, so in respect it's a doddle, to be honest with you. But yeah, we're halfway back down now. We're just walking back down towards Pondon. Then we'll walk up into Stanbury and go to Wuthering Heights. I think that's what we're going to do. So it's yeah, it's alright. It's a dry, overcast, bit narked that I think either tomorrow and Tuesday, or Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be really nice days and sunny. It's a bit of a shame that we didn't fall on one of them, but you know, retirement's probably only about 25 years away or something like that, innit? So we've not got that long to wait. But yeah, all good fun. What do you say, Tom?
Yeah, it's alright, isn't it?
It's alright, innit? Well, that is if ever there's a vote of confidence, that's got to be it. So we're at Journey's End. We finally come into the Wuthering Heights pub up in Stanbury, which a distant relation used to be the landlord of this place. So there we go. So Thomas has decided he's having a beer, good lad. So cheers. So I'm at lime and soda, but yeah, thank you for watching Tito the Toddler, and we'll see you soon.